Welcome to our sponsor segment. We have with us the chairman of Gtext Holdings, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. He'll be discussing the issues that surround diaspora investing and how his company is financing such a capital-intensive project. He'll also be discussing why he chose to expand to the United States, how this move will be beneficial to both the country and the people of Nigeria, and what should we expect from the company going forward. Welcome with us, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Welcome. Thank you. Blessed am I. First of all, congratulations to all of us.
Yes.
We won. We're in the finals.
Yeah.
We're lifting the cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us about Gtext Holdings. We know you've grown over the years, 40-acre property in the United States, in Houston, I heard.
Yeah.
Tell, this is a huge step. Tell us exactly what your plans are with this 40-acre.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for having me. So for us is that we started expansion about 3 years ago or so. We moved to Dubai. Incidentally, Morai was at our office opening in Dubai 3 years ago.
No, it was Tokwe. You're not carrying me to Dubai. You're not carrying me to Dubai.
I mean Tokwe.
Yes.
So Tokwe was so the expansion started then, where we opened office in Dubai, and then we've been doing some stuff in the UK and now US as well. We have 20 units of 3-bedroom in Valdosta we're selling. We have in Alabama. But this one we are building from scratch.
Okay.
And when completed, will be the largest green and smart home in the whole of America.
Wow.
Yeah, in a single location.
Ambitious.
It's over 400 housing units, generating electricity from solar, wind energy, and things like that. So for us, we also realized that there's a benefit in it helping the country. We don't often have Nigerian companies go invest abroad and be able to repatriate their profits to still develop Nigeria. The reality is that in the real estate sector in Nigeria, we are having liquidity issues. All of us who are developers. However, in the US, you don't have much of liquidity issue. For example, this is a $150 million project. We've already secured 70% from institutional investors. Now, you can't get that in Nigeria.
Yeah, wow.
Right? And we're projecting that in the first 5 years, we should have 100% capital appreciation on the project. And we can withdraw, that's another benefit with US. You can then withdraw that 100 million and still put some of it back to the project you're doing in Nigeria.
Take a few more questions from you.
Please, now that you have faced Obodo Yibo, is Gtext migrating now, or what's expected of Gtext? We that were in Nigeria hoping for you to come and do this for us here, but you have carried it to
No,
Obodo.
but we are here. Okay. We currently have over 20 estates, average some 200 acres, 50 acres and above. And however, like I said earlier, when you look at the challenge we're facing, so for example, I tell customer, pay me 100 million, I give you a 5-bedroom, right? Within 6 months, what it will cost me to build that 5-bedroom could have moved to 150 million. Now, if I tell the customer, pay more money, it becomes you people have come again, you are scammers, you are defrauding. So it creates a limitation at this moment of volatility in Naira dollar. So rather than just fold your hands with the challenge you're facing, you have opportunities internationally. I mean, it's just us taking advantage of that. And with that international project can start funding what you now do back at home. Now you can use those, income profit from US project to begin to build your house. When you complete it, you ask whoever wants to buy, the price it costs you to build, rather than waiting for people to invest and then using their money to build. I hope this makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I am very curious about your target audience, but let's leave that for a minute. You did talk about over 400 housing
units
at $150 million, and you've gotten 70%.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should ask, are you raising the funds? That's a lot.
So typically, in the US, UK as well, once you have certain records, and our Dubai business helped us, so they want to see your audited account, they want to see your bank statement. And once they see that, they're ready to give you the money.
Wow.
So we got pre-approval in 24 hours.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes.
Nigeria will get there.
We are in that energy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about the deadline for investors. I know that you probably still have opening for investors to join this project. What's the deadline for them to join?
So what we're doing is to raise another 30%. Some the company is funding another 15%. We're doing what we call debt syndication. You know, individuals are investing to get returns every year from the project. So for us, we have another 3 weeks to go, and we're done with that. Because we're in the permit phase, and then hopefully by August, we should be back when we start the building itself, because there's a whole process to. And US is very regulated, so everything is step by step, you know, and it's easier. You don't have issue of building collapse because, you know, even the engineers will lose their license and they will go to jail if they compromise on quality, which is part of what we'll be advocating that needs to happen in Nigeria. It's not wisdom to hold investors accountable when buildings collapse. You take over their land, you know, they are the ones you are looking for. When the real practitioners are the engineers on site, and in developed countries, the engineers are licensed by the state, and if anything goes wrong on a project, you, a licensed engineer in charge of, you lose your license and you go to jail, not the investor.
Nigeria, they are sacred cows. They have connections, so they won't go to jail. It was unfortunate. But there was a question that Chema asked earlier, which I'd like to go back to. Who exactly is your target audience? Because someone like me, I live and earn in Naira. I don't see myself changing my small shekere Naira to dollar to go and buy $150 million.
No, it's not.
I know it's not $150 million. I'm just saying that. But it's like, so who is it me? You're not targeting people like me. Who are you targeting?
So basically, I mean, we have, we're targeting people like you as well. Right? We have an opportunity for people to invest, whether in Naira, whether in dollars.
Okay.
As low as $10,000, as low as 20 million Naira, they can invest.
What would that get you?
Right, so that it depends, the percentage range, right, from 6% to 8% to 10%. So it depends on what you put in. Some even get up to 15% to 20%. So it depends on what you put in. But it's open. It's done more in America, where people, when you launch a project, you have either equity syndication or you have debt syndication. And I think it's something that should be encouraged in Nigeria as well for people to raise liquidity. So when you're running a big project like that, a portion of it, you can tell people, oh, come invest. As we make profit, you get returns. And at the moment, you know, a lot of people have children abroad who are in Nigeria. And it's difficult to keep changing Naira to dollar. I mean, you heard the CBN governor say the major reason for a dollar crash is paying children's school fees. We are looking about over, I was shocked when I said $95 billion. Right, going to school fees.
In the past 10 years,
So if parents have assets in the US, you know, you have houses in the US, the rental income, you just need to take care of the school fees. If you have an investment in the US in dollars, the rental income, use it to pay. So it's a win-win.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you started out as a Nigerian-owned business.
Yep.
And now you are expanding into the world space, the global space. In your business moves so far, do you think you have everything it takes to operate properly within the global space, especially with their laws so different from what we have here?
Well, again, we're not new to it anymore. That question will have been maybe relevant maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But now, we operate in Dubai. Our first year in Dubai alone, we did over $10 million. And, you know, before you say Jack Robinson, we did a lot. In fact, our Nigerian business couldn't even qualify us for the 70% we got. And that's part of why you see businesses struggle in Nigeria. As big as our Nigerian businesses,
when you change it to dollar,
couldn't qualify us. It was the Dubai business that got.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The corrupt Nigerians patronize you. You know, they carry our money to Dubai, carry our money to other countries. I hope they're not part of your customers.
Well, I think if they patronized me, I would have been bigger than this. and I noticed that they don't even like people who are out there.
Okay.
Right?
Like quiet people.
They like quiet people because if you're out there, it's easy for a government agency, EFZ research, I said,
Okay.
is
Who
this
are
guy
the
that's bankrolling
Yeah, gotcha.
and all of that. So, and for me, it was even intentional at the beginning to be out there so that you can discourage people who just want to call you and say, yeah, take this money, launder it for us.
Yeah.
I mean, and thank God today we've passed that level. There's no money anybody has.
Can squeeze you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you've talked about the opportunity for investment, but how do investors outside Nigeria sort of repatriate these monies? How do they get back?
So the beautiful thing is they can always do that. Even when we open in Dubai, about 99% of our clients don't live in Dubai. And today we're able to send the rental income from the house they bought from us. We send it to them anywhere in the world they are.
Oh, wow.
So the same will happen in this project as well. So, you know, people can always, but of course, they dictate whether they want to get a check, whether they want it back into a domiciliary account, whether they want it in Naira or whatever. And mind you, we have a lot of pool of Nigerians in diaspora as well who are watching this show, which is part of why we're here, who are also going to invest. So aside those back at home as well. But beyond that is also a good news for Nigeria. For me, one of the things why we're even pushing this, not even just for raising investors, is to correct how to Japa. Right?
Okay.
You know, when you want to, I see Nigerians want to leave Nigeria, they shut down the entire thing they built all their life in Nigeria and then go and pick up a job. You know, and then years later, because I meet some of them as Uber driver, you now see them trying to shalaye. I was a big man in Nigeria. You know, I didn't ask you question. You know, I used to get it comment. You know, don't bother. Yeah, it's just a face. I'm doing Uber now. Like, I didn't ask question. But what needs to start happening is okay you want to move to another country. You can expand the business you started here, right, into these countries. You can move professionally and also it's important that Nigerians in diaspora begin to think entrepreneurship. The way Trump treated us wasn't anything personal. Is that when we move to diaspora, we're only thinking professional careers, nurse, doctor. We're not thinking business. The Indians, when they move, you know, I mean, all Silicon Valley, they own all of it. Chinese, they're buying malls. They are building their own estates. They are owning assets. They are building businesses. So I was shocked when Dubai gave me data of the highest investors, country by country. Nigeria was not in top 10. Was not even in top 20.
Wow.
Why? Even the so-called Nigerians who were investing, we're not doing legitimately. In fact, when we moved to Dubai, in 1 year, we became the largest black-owned brokerage.
Wow.
Right? Because we don't even do things legit. You go through one brother called, put the thing under somebody else's name, the thing will not even show that this transaction came from Nigerians by Nigerians. So when they now throw us, put visa ban, because they look at it, okay, have you people invested? How much are you adding to my economy? How much jobs are you even creating for us to be considering? Exactly. So, but data not available. So it's important for us to begin to think of owning businesses in diaspora so that they can respect us. Fantastic. That we didn't just come to take their job. We are creating jobs
for them.
We are adding money. I always share the story of my first time in the US. And then they took me for, okay, let me go ahead. So the guy put me aside to second interview. So at some point I had to walk up to them, that's what's going on, why the delay? They said, don't you have the right? I said, well, you may have the right, but I've been to other countries, they don't treat me like this. And the guy said, he's a black guy. So, well, because you Nigerians, you always say half truth, half lie.
No.
My brain was, I was like...
Half truth, half lie.
I mean, I did not know when I say, Google my name, I'm not an ordinary Nigerian. He said, yes, we'll see your social media. I said, no social media. Media interview, books I've written. Once he had book, he said, you're an author? I knew I got it, so I put my hand in my pocket. So yes, check it, it's on your Amazon. Right? And he went to Amazon right there in my presence. You know, Google put my name on Amazon and saw my books. He said, obviously you're somebody important from Nigeria. on behalf of the government of United States of America, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
I say yes, so I collected my respect back.
I'm telling you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure having you on the show. Wishing you all the best with your project. Quite ambitious, I would say, but I'm sure that as Nigerians, we have the resilient spirit. There's nothing we can do.
Absolutely.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we move on to our hot topic. Stay with us. Another hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.